Hi everybody, welcome back. It's time for tutorial number 2, and as promised, tutorial number 2, we are going to do a cartoon version of a seal balancing a ball on its nose. And why did I choose a seal? Because basically it's going to be curves, circles, and you're still going to be learning basic drawing without a lot of threat. For example, you might have flippers on a seal, whereas on a horse, you're going to have a whole lot of anatomy, like hooves, ears, the eyes, nostrils. We're kind of not ready for that yet. So we went from the puppy, now we're going to go to the seal. What I want you all to start doing before you even think of drawing something is starting to get in the habit of looking for references. I went to Google here, and I went and looked up seal anatomy. Okay, and as you can see, we have a lot of different types of seal anatomy. This seal anatomy will basically give you names and places of body parts. This one will give you skeletal structures, and this one will give you basically probably muscular structures. There's a lot of different types. Alright, so get in the habit of looking for references. Here we have basically seal skeletons. So basically you can get in there and take a look and see how the contour lines of the seal work with the skeleton. So it's always a good idea to take a look at your references. Even if you're going to draw a caricature, you really should get to know human anatomy if it's a human, and you really should get to know the anatomy if it's an animal. Now this is another reference. Now this is what we're going to be working on today. This is going to be a cartoon seal. We're going to make our own variation, but as I said, I want to get you in the habit of actually looking for different reference materials, because you're looking for your style right now. Also, it doesn't hurt to go to places like, for example, YouTube, alright, and take a look at how the animal or the person really moves. This video is from earthtouch.com. It's on YouTube, and you can see how the seals actually move and they interact, and you get a good feel for the animal. Even if you're going to do caricatures, like I said, or cartoons, it's really important to study. If you understand how Disney did it, many of the animators when Disney was alive had to do a lot of studying before they made Bambi, Dumbo, or Lady and the Tramp. Okay? So we have an idea of what I'd like you to do from now on. Get in the habit of looking for references. Anatomy, muscular, skeletal, movement on YouTube, and take a look at other people's versions of a cartoon. Alright, now we're ready to start. As it always is with us here, we are very basic. We don't want you spending a lot of money on materials because you might not like drawing. So what we basically have is some white paper, again computer paper is fine, and a regular black pen. So right now, everybody grab your pen, and as we say, pens up. We're going to start very simply. Alright, you're going to start with a circle. You're going to notice this one is still going to be quite similar to the puppy we did. Alright, and the reason I'm doing that is I want you to get used to the fact of drawing, especially for you newbies out there who never thought you could. So the first thing you do, ladies and gentlemen, is just draw your circle. And now from here you want to draw a half circle. Okay? Again, very similar to the puppy. We don't want to scare anybody. In future, alright, tutorials, our eyes and things are going to look way different. So don't worry, we're not going to be stuck in this path. Okay? So you see I do 2 circles, a half circle and a whole circle with 2 dots. Now right here, I'm going to draw a line like this. See that? Now remember, it's just a line like that. Remember, I'm doing a caricature here. Your line may differ. Okay, maybe you want a convex line or a concave line, depends. Alright, now take a look. We're going to do another circle. Okay, this one's almost going to look more like an oval. Alright, we're going to leave it like that. Now I'm going to come here, do a curve like that. Remember, how you do these lessons, you just copy everything that I do. Now here, just going to do this, and it's just a big curve like that. Okay? Alright. Now remember, I'm working in pen here, no eraser, very unforgiving, so if I screw up, well, heck, I'm not starting this tutorial over. Okay? So we're going to do here is similar to the dog actually, because what we're going to do here is another sweeping line. Now watch this line here. It's going to go way down and it's going to curve. So basically I did kind of a line like this. All right, I encourage you actually to practice some of these lines on your own, okay, because I want you to feel confident and not just look at the seal and go, oh my god, I can't draw a seal. I want you to dissect the image into tiny segments of lines, circles, and dots. All right, now we're going to go back up here to the eye. Now, same thing as we did with the dog. You're going to start right here, this line right there. See? And there you go again. Again, it's just another curve. All right, so here we're going to go like this. There we go. Now take a look, see? This area here, I just did a curve like that. All right? So basically we're just talking convex and concave curves. Now what I'm going to do here is they usually have like a little bit of fat here. All right, so I'm going to start up here. We're going to start learning that you can do like little easy body folds. So this is our first experience with a very easy body fold. So we're going to go here. Now we're going to do the back. Now, I want you to pay close attention because remember when you're looking at their anatomy, they have like flippers, right? And the back is almost like a fin, all right? Even though they're mammals, so here we go. Whoa, like this. Now, that's just what I'm doing. Now, that was a pretty big line. Can you see what I did there? Okay, we'll do it up here again. Basically, the line was like this. Whoa, it's a smaller version. Again, you can practice your lines on the paper. Okay, so I'm going to come down here again. Now I'm moving over here. All right, because that's basically how I like to do things. When you get your own pattern, you'll be doing it your way. All right, so right here, I'm going to go like this. Make a little bit of a chest. All right, and I'm going to do a little inner contour line like that for a little bit of a shoulder muscle. All right, now here, we're going to keep this a very simple flipper. When you saw the anatomy, you saw they actually do have like fingers and things, but for us, this is our first one. We're just going to go like this. Okay, now take a look. Follow along slowly. I'm going to go whoop, 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 whoop. There you go. Kind of little fingers there. Now look over here. Start here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Third little finger. I'm going to go tummy. I'm going to go like that. See, just in a line like that. And as always, just go back and connect. All right, I'm going to go over here by the chest area. Now the other flipper is going to flip out that way. So we're just going to go like this, like that. Very easy. All right, again, I don't want any fretting. This is only our second one. We're going to get very detailed. Anybody that knows me knows I do tremendously detailed work, but not when you're a beginner. All right, now here, again, you see that? Just a knot like that. And just make little fingers. Again, don't go fretting if it's not perfect, because we don't want perfection here, because this is just your second drawing. Okay? Now here, we're going to start, what do you think we're going to do next? We have basic contour, so what we're going to do basically now is we're going to do internal contour lines, okay, and give expression just like we did with the dog. So here I always like to go with the eyebrows. Okay, there we go, we got some eyebrows there. Now I'm going to do the curves. All right, see, they're like that. And oops, did you see what I did here? I didn't even give myself enough room for a ball. We're just going to have to pretend there's a ball up there. All right, and here we're going to have, now look at the difference this is going to make. In the smile alone and for example, when you put a little mark there and little marks here, the eyebrows and the smile marks, you can see what you're giving life to your creature. Now another mark here, which is the lip mark. See? Oh my. Now we're going to go over here, put 3 dots. Now seal whiskers usually, or sea lion or seal whiskers usually go down. So we're going to go whoop. Just like I did before, make the dot and come out. The reason we make the dot is kind of nice to have the hairs have like this little starting place. So see, and again, when I do like hairs and things, I usually try to make a little dot. I go back into the dot and I just lift off really fast. Because you're going to find out that a lot of your artwork and the uniqueness of your character is how you make your line. For example, you can make a line like that for hair. Alright, you can make a line like that for hair. You make a line like this for hair. Okay, so what I'd like you to do also when you're doodling is just start playing. Alright? Again, with a big pen, it's fine. You don't have to buy an expensive pencil set. We're trying to just teach you drawing without having to go into the expense of it. Okay, right now, okay, there we go. I'm going to go really fast here because a lot of the stuff we went over in the other tutorial. Alright, again, remember the inside contour lines, little eye, inside contour lines. There we go. Now when we get here, contrast. Contrast is the difference between light and dark that you're going to see here. And so what I like to do is I like to choose areas. And this is very basic. Okay. Alright, this is kind of very basic. You're just going to just shade in areas using your pen. And actually, you actually can do quite nice shading with a pen. Alright, now you know what I did in school. Now you know the teacher said, "Are you paying attention? Are you daydreaming, Nancy? What are you doing?" Actually, I learned better when I was doodling. And then the teachers, they always try to stop you. How many of you have done that? You actually listen better when you're doing something else. And then when I'd stare at the teachers, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't hear what they're saying. I'm looking at their mouths move and everything. I shouldn't say that. Teachers are awesome, by the way, because many of them have to, pay, out of their own pocket for so much of the supplies. I once helped a teacher once where I used to work, and she came in there, and she was like, "I just bought like 3 printers for my classroom." I said, "Don't they supply printers for you?" She goes, "No, I just had to do it." I was racing all over trying to find her the cheapest, most inexpensive way to make some type of solar, what do you call those? Universe experiment displays. We got it done pretty inexpensively because, there's other ways to do it without spending a fortune on styrofoam balls. Okay. Here we go. Now, as you can see, we're still doing this. And as you can see, I want you to start being free. We're going to really start being free with our inner contour lines. Watch. When the dog was there, when we did the dog, I was kind of like stingy with him. So here, I want you to start taking a look. And what we can do here is seals, remember, they're wet. All right, they've been in the water. So you can make your contour lines look kind of like your inner contour lines, and you can make some kind of nice little, shiny like areas. Like highlight areas like you see when there's an apple. Like if you don't know what I'm talking about now, just go grab an apple and put a light on it. Okay, and you're going to see something right there. There we go. Okay, so there you have it. When you look at it, there we have our seal. Okay, there we go. Okay, there's a lot more you can do with your seal. You can actually shade it. There's a heck of a lot more shading you can do. Okay, just take a look at all of the little plate. Now look at, I just add a little bit of dark contrast there, and it almost changes the whole look of the seal. So you can take a look at this, and the next video we're going to have Frankenstein, which is going to be pretty cool. I have to give a shout out to Alex. Hey, Alex. Alex is wonderful. She is a rock and roller, and she's going to be a fantastic guitarist one day. She is one now, but she's going to probably have an awesome band, and I have to give a shout out because she's waiting for Frankenstein. She'll probably never talk to me again if I bring her name up on these. But she's awesome. I'm like her #1 fan. Okay, so there you go. You take a look at it. There you go. Play with it. Add some shadows to it. Start learning to shade with your pen. Start looking for your own style. Okay, and you can see how things really improve. Okay, there we go. All right. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you in the next video where we will do a Frankenstein monster.